welcome back everyone for some more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and we are continuing on our investigation in the case against Solomon Starbuck. And now we are going to be headed back to the boarding lounge at the space station. We were able to get some information from Space Director Yuri Cosmos as well as Detective Fulbright, but we are going to continue on. But before we do so, hopefully you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well, so without further ado, we are going to be going ahead. We are at the Launch Pad 1 corridor right now, but we are going to be going to the boarding lounge. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center, boarding lounge. Ah, you two. Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too, if you like. Oh, that's alright. But thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now, let's see. Where's that diagram again? So, this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of the third person then. You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room. It's just so big. Don't worry. We can use this to help us. A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists? Yup. Picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep. Here it is. Map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Space Center pamphlet added a 4th record, a pamphlet for visitors to Space Center, and includes a diagram of the boarding lounge. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person. Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window? Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Oh, that's a relief. There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet, anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start is so you can push that button, isn't it? What's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. Alright, fine. Let's get investigating. And with that, let's go ahead and start our examination. First thing I want to examine is this body outline here. So this is where they discovered Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. So he was stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos? That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples. Oh, right, Detective Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that HAT-1 launched. I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see? Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's... What else do I wanna... Let's go ahead and examine this. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anybody want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and the body. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle zero G? At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but then there's that creature. Didn't the whole probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what its surface looked like. I don't know, I think it would have made the news they discovered a creature like that. It did make quite a bit of news though when the probe came back. Yeah, but the whole probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. Okay, there's something I'm missing. Okay, let's see. These are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after a training session. I don't know if they can change your voice. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Huh? It didn't do a thing. It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. There's something I'm missing. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity? Uh-oh, Athena has that odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me. Hey, Mr. Wright, look that up there! Some kind of fragment? It's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was all about. That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. I think you're right, but if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo! Okay. Let's go ahead and examine this door now. So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet! We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy. People usually say West, East, and South in a case like this, you know. Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the West door. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launch Pad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launch Pad 1 corridor. So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion. Right. Next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door of the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room. Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side. They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So, it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center center, if you will. Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while? But, it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hack 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time. I've always wanted to see the inside of Mission Control Room, and since we're here, I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director could go through. With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena. So apparently the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case emergencies. Control room door lock added the 4th record. Door lock to the east. It can only be operated by the director. Backup power lets it function even when power goes out. Okay, what about that last door? This lower door... Oh, excuse me, I mean south door? It leads to the elevators. This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right? Yup, and of course there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone. But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. Well, that's about it for the 3 Mescadors of the boarding lounge. Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp where all the doors go. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's... Wait a minute. What about this? What's this? A trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. No way, all the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take this cover off then. What's this? Looks like a metal jelly bean. It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see, that would make the caliber 10? Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right? Yes, but I never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. This bullet must have been for a special kind of gun. I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun. I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left of the southwest side of the room according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Bullet added to the court record, discovered in a gutter that runs along the south wall of the boarding lounge. It was fired from a 10 caliber handgun. Okay, let's go ahead and examine this door again. Let's see. This door is... Where's that pamphlet? Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. So, I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor is filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device, and allow me to state up front that they're a precious few with a clearance to do so. Then, does that mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel wasn't supposed to be really small. Voila, fingerprint powder. I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've been just itching for a chance to use it. Wow, way to think ahead. Now, let's test the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it. Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there, and... Too bad we can't do this ourselves like we did when Emma was helping us. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Oh, that's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'd be so lucky as to get the culprit's fingerprints on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right, and there's security footage of this door too. Yes, here it is. It came up in court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this a bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. Okay, there's something else that I do want to examine. I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove required knob security like this? Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right, if it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove? How about a rocket engine? If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in. And I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. Okay, let's... There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here. Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons. There are such things as buttons left unpushed. The giant holographic image disappeared. Yeah, though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything to do with the image off. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. Looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Apparently, this is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around somewhere? No, the police might have taken it, though. Bullet hole added to the court record. A single bullet hole was found in the boarding lounge. The bullet itself is missing. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome. Yikes, what in the world? My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's a robot? I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Psychological Observation and Navigation Companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Ponko, I've missed you. Huh? You know this thing, Athena? Oh, she, showed us around the last time when I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. So very happy. Wow, guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. I don't know you. I don't know you. Huh? Ouch. That hurt. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name and nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix. Bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face. Oh, sure. Registering. Facial recognition registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix. Huh? This robot is pretty cute. You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great? Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody! Let's go, boss! Go where? December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Space Museum. Oh, wow. What is this place? Is that a rock? Is that rocket real? Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAP-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it is the same size as the real one. Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launch Pad 1. Space Center pamphlet updated in the fourth record. It includes a diagram of the boarding lounge and a cross-section view of the Space Center. Ask me anything, I will explain. We'll take her up on that offer. Let's ask her about the HAP-1. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up. This is a replica of the HAP-1 that was launched 7 years ago. Hey there, Claire. It's exactly like the real HAP-1, inside and out. Its little brother, the HAP-2, was supposed to launch the other day. Wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled. Over there's an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out, check it out. Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on my day off. Hey, what's this a photo of? Phoenix, that's the staff of the HAP-1 project. Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different. Ah, and that's What is it, Athena? Is something wrong? Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all. Well, it was 7 years ago after all, so the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck is Clay Tarrant, the victim. So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member. No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. The Space Museum is great. What fantastic exhibits. This area used to be Launch Pad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Would it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead? There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts, budget cuts. We need more money, money. It would record that kind of information into a guide robot. While it was in space, the Hat 1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago. That's what Director Cosmos said too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed. And here it is, the Hope space probe. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, that capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it could be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give some more info on it if I show it to her. The way the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you? The setup of the launch pad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind. I wanna know. Phoenix wants to know too. Great, now Athena's got a case of ponchoitis. Hooray, I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails and brought into position at the launch site. Isn't it cool? Hey there, Ras. Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all. It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. Guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year. Myself included. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh? That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged. Just before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold. Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable. Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database. Guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Okay, I do want to present something to Ponko. I do want to present the autopsy report. Ponko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right? Checking registered data. I know, it's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe. It contained the asteroid samples, right? Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launch Pad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed, Don't worry, Ponko, the people in charge already know what happened. They do? I must ask them later. So the capsule was being kept in Launch Pad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion? The Space Center staff must have really been excited to finally get that capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents. Well, police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Hope capsule added to the fourth record, found in the victim's possession. It recently returned from a 7-year mission and contains asteroid samples. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well. I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you. You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. It's because Ponko is so friendly. Well, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see, the security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay then, let's go back to Launchpad 1 corridor. Bye, Ponko. See you later. Come again, and don't forget to visit the gift shop. Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life we all forced to lead. And with that, we are going to stop here. And the next time I see you guys, we are actually going to be finishing this day of investigation. And hopefully we'll be building a solid case in order to quit Solomon Starbucks. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time.